think I was like probably in freshman or sophomore year, and I went to someone's house. And, you know, like when you're in high school, you're just staying up hella late and just fucking around all night.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, at 12:30, Howard Stern comes on E. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, there's going to be titties. And I'm like, hell yes, I'm staying.
Get a pot of coffee going.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, so we're just going to be tinting boners in our sleeping bags and in our shorts?
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
Yes, and here we are, physically distant, but socially, we are just a keyboard or two away from each other. I can hear Cerny's fingertips tickling the keys as we speak, and I wish there was a tickling in my balls. Well, Cerny, 20... We are just grown children. We're just old children.
We were texting for those who were in our group message. Which we know that 0% of the people in our group message listen to the Chip and Cern Show.
There's the Venn diagram of those two is just two completely separate circles. Chip and Cern's friends, and then listeners of the Chip and Cern Show. There's no overlap.
We were texting back and forth, and it is grown children.
Just when we were reliving our high school, silliness,
and just anything that goes through.
Anything,
as soon as one person shows any sign of emotion,
it's emotion or one little bit of weakness or a slip up or you mess up or you miss text or autocorrect. It doesn't matter.
Game on. It's
on.
Game over.
There's like blood in the water.
It's like when Shark Week, which is coming up pretty quickly next week, at the point of this recording. If you see it, it's like the sharks just swimming around and like the dead fish just drops in and it's like boom, all the sharks just
all attack at once.
That's exactly how it works.
You know what? I feel like the sharks is a euphemism for 2020. We are fish being thrown into the fucking sharks. We have the coronavirus, and we've been dealing with fucking Trump's nonsense for too many years.
Yeah, we had a World War. We had some crazy shit.
And now, and if you're in the California area, particularly in PG&E's neighborhood, you have the rolling blackout situation. We have the wildfire seasons coming upon us. And Cerny texted me and told me that he had something for the show.
I think it was Saturday night. So we had the windows open because it cooled down at night.
That's the go-to trick. If you're trying to score the nest leaves, you got to go eco mode at night. I
always do like, Alexa, what's the weather tonight? And she says, tonight it'll drop down to 58. I'm like, windows open, baby.
Now, that would be, are they ever going to have motorized windows? Voice like activated?
Or even like you can say, Alexa, if the temperature is drops to 65.
Yeah. Open the windows and turn eco mode or turn the fan on.
Yeah.
And then you would never leave your house and you would never run in a situation where the windows are open and the air conditioning or the heater's running.
I've done
that. A dad's dream.
I was like, God damn, it's hot up here. And I was like, oh shit, the windows.
I've done the opposite where I've been trying not to turn the air conditioning on. So I'm like sitting in this room just fucking sweating my balls off. And then I just open the window, instantly cools it down by like 10 degrees. I'm like, why didn't I do this before? But now I know. Anyway.
So windows are open. So it was probably like around 11:45. Fell asleep. Obviously in bed. And like I'm like my sleeping habits are terrible. Like I wake up multiple times a night.
You've never had a job that has allowed you a quote unquote regular sleep schedule.
No, I have not. Before, when I was a teenager, it was like, remember I worked from like 2 p.m. to like midnight.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then I switched to early mornings and stuff. Oh, so it was starting like 11:45, maybe midnight. I kept hearing like sirens. Yeah, and it usually, you hear it around a lot in the, there's, whatnot, but it was just like, you can hear it repeating and repeating. I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
it was more than just a passer, more than just like a drive-by.
Yeah, it just kept going. You kept hearing it. I was like, what the hell? And it was like, it was like, the dogs are barking. And she was like, oh, damn. I was like, what's going on? And then it was like 1:15 and my phone rings. And I was like, oh, God.
Oh.
And I was like, nope. I don't think there's, in the history of mankind, there's ever been a good phone call past midnight.
No.
And it was Natalie.
Oh.
And I was like, hello? She's like, I know it's late. I said, yes. She's like, but there is a huge fire. And it is close to your house. Like, it is. And she was like telling where it was. And I was like, okay. She's like, I tried to like take a peek at it by the street, which is a couple streets down. I said, yeah. She's like, they have it blocked off. And I was like,
Wait, so how far away is she living from you now? Does she live just down the road or something? Or
no, she lives up the hill. She was she was leaving like her boyfriend's house.
Oh, okay.
Was going. Okay. She saw it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So then, like Robin woke up. She's like, what's going?
Oh, like she thinks she's in trouble or something.
Yeah. She's like, I told her. She was like, well, how bad do you think it is? I said, bad enough for her to call us at 1:00 in the morning. I said, let me go check.
Yeah.
She said, are you sure? I said, well, what's the worst? I just take it and then I go back to bed, or?
Right.
I said, she's like, okay. So I walk out front and I look, so obviously no one's going to know but Chipper.
This is pretty inside baseball right here.
So you go to my house and then like the driveway, you look to the right and there's that cul-de-sac.
Yep.
And all those houses. So I look and all I see was the orange glow. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Like a flames?
Like you could see the glow. Like it's like.
Oh, what's close? Oh, it's kind of in the fog or in the clouds, the low. Or it's like the smoke?
No, I can see the light like just above the houses. Like I couldn't see the flame, but the glow was like right above the houses.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I said, oh, I said, oh, fuck. My phone rings and there's Robin.
How does it
standing
look?
in the kids' room. She's like, I can see this glow. I said, I know.
Pack up.
I see it. I'm going to look. So I go look and I take a left and then like, where the golf course is, you can look, which is right there. The flames are right there, like right behind the golf course. So it's like, she's on the phone with me and I said, oh shit. She's like, what? I said, the flames they're right there. She's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. I said, I'm going to come around, get in the car, got to look at it. She's like, okay, I'm going to wake up Melanie. So she wakes up Melanie and says, don't worry, don't panic, but
we're going to burn.
There's a fire and we got to look at it. And I was like, what do you mean there's a fire? She said, just right. So Robin gets in the car. We go out. She's like, oh my God. I said, it's pretty close. And it was a big, the flames were pretty big.
Is it roaring along? Does it look like it's moving fast or?
Yeah. And it was like burning in a perfect circle. Whoa. I was like on the hill. I was like, so I'm like, all right, let's take a close look. I want to gauge because it's dark. So it's kind of hard to gauge how close it is. So we go to the next neighborhood over.
And are there firefighters like trying to put it out when you're looking at it and stuff?
Yeah, you can see them kind of like, like up on the top of the hill, like, because it's like, I think it was on both sides of the hill. So they were like,
trying to combat it.
Like,
okay.
And everybody was outside, like holy shit, because it was close.
Yeah.
So then I pull out, I was like, let's see. I said, oh, I know, we have an eagle eye view, over here. I said, let's go there. We pull out. The fire truck's coming by with like a tractor. And I was like, well, that's not good. I said they can't just douse it. They're gonna like do like a full like trench or some shit.
Yeah, they're trying to make a
fire line or whatever,
defensible space, defensible space around the houses.
God damn it!
Oh yeah, a break line, right? Fire break line or something.
Fire break line like that. Yeah. She's like, "What do you think's gonna happen?" I said, "Well, I can't tell you."
Right.
Listen, my crystal ball is broken. We wouldn't be living here. We'd be in the Hamptons or some shit.
Yeah.
Printing the lottery 5 times in a row. But
could you imagine winning the lottery 5 Powerballs in a row? People would be like, they would, after 2 times, there would be an investigation into you. There's no way.
It'd be like remember the whammy guy, the guy that like rigged the go whammy, stop. No whammy, stop. You ever said that story?
No.
Oh, you gotta look it up. It's like some guy, he like learned the pattern of the boop, 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 boop. Remember the whammy thing?
I've seen the documentary about the guy that memorized all the Price is Right stuff. Did you watch that one?
No.
That is really good. I would recommend that one. And I'll watch your whammy and your no whammy.
So I was like looking at it, I was like, well, it's still kind of like on the hill. I just told her, I said, forewarning, if it like jumps to the houses, then buckle up. I said, the good thing is like the sheriff or the fire department didn't come knocking on our door telling us get the fuck out yet.
Yeah, that's a positive for sure.
I said, so she's like, okay. So we looked at it and I came home and then like Melanie's like, I want to look at it. I said, all right, get in. We're already awake anyway.
Yeah.
So basically, I think it burned like, I mean, it's not like the 8,000 acres of like an apple or whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
But it was like 40 acres, which is 40 acres close to
your house.
Pad.
Is pretty scary.
I was like, holy shit. And then we came morning, everything was covered in ash.
Oh, shit. Your car and everything?
Yeah, everything was all ash.
Wow.
Like, and then it was funny because the neighbor next door, he's like,
what happened?
He goes, hey, was there like a fucking bonfire or something? I was like, no. So I told him, he's like, you're shitting me.
He just slept through it? He's just slept through it?
He had no idea. He's like, you're shitting me. I said, no. He's like, so he like went to the store. He's like, holy shit, dude, that was right here. I said,
oh, is this the guy with the whoop, whoop?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we know why.
He had no idea. Yeah. He's like, holy shit. I said, yeah, you missed it.
I'll have what you're having every night.
Yeah.
We're getting knocked out like that.
Ignorance is bliss, my friend. What are you doing?
Yeah. Now, so those, as those nights or whatever, because we had something like that, like someone broke into our apartment complex in San Francisco and everyone fucking woke up about it because there was yelling and it was outside of our window and all the shit. It's like, and if that doesn't just jack your stress level up, which fucks you up in the middle of the night anyway, then you didn't sleep very well. Like, you're not going to go back to sleep because your fucking adrenaline's just racing.
I don't think I fell asleep until it was like 4:30.
Oh my God.
And then I think I woke back up at like 6:30.
Oh. Nap? Did you have a nap that day? You need a nap.
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm like, eat lunch, take a nap. Nap wins today.
And then woke up at 6:30 actually, and then I was up for a little bit, and I fell back asleep for maybe about 30 more minutes, and then the kids.
Oh, I'm aware.
So I got up, and then we went to Joe's house that day.
Oh.
Then after we get back, I was like, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. Okay. Again, very, very, this is just for my own knowledge. The houses in the cul-de-sac, how close was it to their backyards? Because they're butted right up to this field or whatever?
No, it was one street over, and then, so there was the cul-de-sac I can look, and then there's a street in between.
Okay.
And then you're in the field.
So it would have had to jump a street, then burn through like 10, 20 houses to get to your house.
Yeah.
But once it gets going, it's you can't stop it super quickly. Like, it's not game on. Yeah. And that shit just keeps fueling it too. Damn, did you
I think it was because it's like a house size, like one house you can get it, but this was like a lot. It was like
it probably would have just moved and taken like 3 or 4 houses out at once or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
It wasn't just like a straight line. It was like a wall of fire. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. That was the B side of that Johnny Cash song. They had Ring of Fire was the A side and the B side was Wall of Fire. It never took off. It never took off like the other one. But man, that's super scary. Glad everything's okay. Did anyone freak out and like start packing up their bags or like getting all their underwear or boxing their lizards up to take with them? Or
no? There was a cut that, Jeffrey did get a little worried.
Yeah.
Because he said, what's going on? Robin said, there's a fire. So he got a little nervous. Almost started crying.
Well, I
And
mean,
said, listen.
you think everything you have is just going to disappear, which is pretty scary as a kid, as an adult as well, actually.
Yeah. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But I just told him, when I tell you to get in the car, or when the fire department comes,
Then we got to
then
go.
you get to cry. Okay?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And mom and dad will probably be joining you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that kind of stuff really, we're more, where I live is way more in the fire country than where you are for all these wildfires. And last year, I think it was a King's fire, or one of them was, I mean, it wasn't as close as yours was, but it was coming down. And this, when they're like, the fire's been burning for like 12 days and it's 0% contained. It's just ripping through.
10% contained. Like, oh, shit.
And you're like, oh my God. And you just look at the side of your house. You have all these dead weeds and shit. You're like, well, it might as well be some kindling. Might as well just pour gasoline on it because it's kindling for it. But we had, I think we had some bags packed with, we took the time to because it was, okay, we got our passports, marriage, death, not death, we don't have any death certificates, social security cards, all that stuff.
Preemptive death certificate. Holy shit.
Preemptive.
Just write the date in.
Yeah, I'll put it in a Ziploc and I'll tape it to the door. Just write.
It's like a blank check.
Yeah. Burnt. And then cause of death, just crispy. That's all it said. Crispy.
Well done.
Yeah. Charred. We shouldn't be making burn jokes.
No.
But we can't help it. But yeah, I mean, it is really scary to take a look around everything that you own and where you've made all these memories and think like within an hour this could just be totally gone and you're getting zero of it back.
Yeah.
It's
totally gone.
It's a real mind fuck to think. And especially when you think like, imagine if you only have 20 minutes to grab what you really, really cherish.
That's what Robin's like, what if we had to grab something with it? I said, I guess just grab the dogs and fuck everything else. We're going to go.
Right. When are you going to, okay, maybe your computer or something, but it's like.
Pair of undies.
Yeah. So I would prefer the no-show socks. I think they're more versatile because you can wear them in summer and with the boot if you need.
That's Jeffrey's wardrobe, so get him a couple pair.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, you could just toss a match in his whole T-shirt drawer. I've never seen him wear one in 7 or 8 years.
Not even the winter time.
Yeah,
he puts a blanket on.
he's like a Jeremiah Johnson, where it's kind of like he treats it like a bear pelt or something. Dude, remember the Workaholics when they got the bear skin suit?
Oh yeah,
your son should get one of those.
Honey.
Have you watched that show again recently?
No,
I downloaded it. We used to love that show.
I know.
Whatever happened
I think the first few seasons were great, and then they jumped the shark.
Yeah, well, because those guys started. People realized they were funny, and they're like, "Oh, okay, so we want you in movies now, or you want your own show," and they try to break up the, they try to Yoko Ono them.
Yeah,
basically is what happened.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I feel all the good shows. And as a kid, I didn't really realize what it kind of meant to be jumping the shark. But as I'm rewatching some of these shows, it's like the writing is so lazy, and they just have no. We're watching Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke for some reason, and did you go dark? Did you?
Trying. We're okay. We're okay.
Oh, okay. Right, oh, your computer laptop.
It's all right.
Okay.
My power is low. I thought I charged it, but I only had 40%.
Oh,
I know what I want to do. Keep talking.
Okay. Stall. Well, the Diagnosis Murder, Dick Van Dyke, he's like an old guy. He was in Mary Poppins. And
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke Show is very popular for that as well. Anyway, this show, he's a doctor, but he's with other doctors, and his son, who's his son in real life, and in the show, he's like a police detective. So Dick Van Dyke ends up sort of helping his son with pretty much every murder which happens, and he's like B&Eing into houses. He's questioning people without lawyers present. He's sneaking around, like getting no-knock warrants to just enter people's houses and shit. And anyway, there's like 9 episodes of the season or the show, and we're in 7. They've already faked each murder for every person. They've like faked each person's death twice already, and now they're doing the people. So like
We're back.
Dick Van Dyke had his murder faked twice already, and then it's fucking ridiculous. I don't even want to.
What?
I know it's too triggering. It's too triggering. But oh yeah, your view looks a little. You're much more well lit in that position.
This is probably my permanent pod position.
Permanent podcast area. I thought what we were texting about today in the group chat was really funny about high school and how stupid we were.
Oh yeah.
And specifically what we were talking about was nicknames and how they got like assigned to different people. And so our good friend Joe, I guess he was at someone's house that we played baseball with, and his mom slipped up and called him by his pet name, sort of, or, I mean, I'm sure all your kids have like nicknames that you call them around the house, but so that was the scenario.
I call Jeffrey Stinky.
Oh yeah. And we call Sonny Mr. Peanut Butter, and Charlie, I don't know. I guess we just call her Charlie. But anyway,
Lucky.
Yeah. So we slipped up. His mom slipped up and called him by his like pet nickname, which was Kitty, like a cat, Kitty. And when Joe texts and he said, "I couldn't wait to get to practice," I laughed so hard because just the excitement that you would have when you knew you could bust someone's balls in high school, like when you had a good piece of info on them, was such like a satisfying
your day, if not week. It was like, like you wait for the weekend to come.
Yes.
But if it happened like on a weekend, you're like, God, I just want Monday to come so I could just.
So you can just share it with all your friends. But when that came out, and I mean, what we were just sharing all the stories, right, was just we were just relentless with. There was not a time we were going meow or
Meow, or we never call him by his name ever again.
I think if I saw him, which I haven't seen him in, I don't know, since we graduated high school, so 15 years, I probably would be like, "Hey, Kitty, how's it going?"
Oh yeah,
because
that's all I can remember.
Yeah. Who else do we have? I don't think. Your nickname sort of came about it's not really a nickname. It's just your last name. But I was mispronouncing it because you had it.
Kearney.
Yeah.
Kearney.
Because I think you had a shirt on like, from an all-star team or something, and it just had your name like in the white iron-on letters. And I was running behind you or something.
Yeah.
And I think
at that point in time, too, there was 2 other Seans on the team, remember?
Oh, yes. Yep.
So
is it just easy?
Point of differentiation, yeah.
Now, do you ever go back and think about stuff in high school or whatever, and you're like, how did this how was this allowed to happen? Like our baseball coach freshman year seemed like relatively, I would probably say now, like in retrospect, he seemed like a pretty unstable person, like from a mental standpoint.
Oh, yes. There we get wild banshee. Be a wild banshee. We had to look up what the fuck banshee was.
And I don't really know. Yeah, we don't know this reference from the 1920s, not the 2020s. What you're talking about, sir? And he gave off the impression that he was a veteran.
Yeah, I remember there was a couple times. It was like, I think it was Joe who pushed him over the edge. He's like, "You're making my Agent Orange act up," or some shit. I was like, okay.
Oh no. We're like, hold on, we have to look this up now.
I was like, okay.
But
Okay.
did anybody say, hey, where have you played baseball before? Like, what was where had he, I don't, had he ever played
I just remember we were doing a live batting practice, and he was standing behind the fucking catcher with no gear.
Which is where if someone fouls the ball
he took
off,
a foul like off the shoulder. Just like, keep playing. It's like,
and he wasn't, how old do you think he was? He was probably in his mid to late 50s.
50s, yeah.
I mean, he might as well have been 80 when we were 15. He looked like he was probably older than your grandparents, is what it felt like.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a strange bird, that guy.
There's a lot of shit I look back because you have kids now in school and there's a lot more rules.
Yeah.
And they tell you can't do this, you can't do that. There's a rule at Jeffrey School where you can't exclude somebody from playing. Everyone has to be included.
Okay.
You don't have to play with everybody, but if someone asks to play, you can't say no. Which I get. So there's
okay.
bowling. I get it. But I was like,
what if the basketball game is 3-on-3 and one person wants to play? What's the protocol?
I should bring that up. I should go on the next Zoom board meeting and ask that.
Just hit the raise my hand button over and over on Zoom. What even happens with that button? I don't even know. It's like a placebo button, probably.
Yeah, I've seen him plenty of times and I've never.
Yeah.
But so it's just all these different things. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, this kid is a bully, and that they would say what they did. And I was like, Chip and Cern were 1,000 times worse.
Yeah. But not to anybody in particular, just our friends.
Yeah. Mostly our friends.
The thing that I don't get, I mean, I do get it to some extent, is you can't go to the bathroom during class. Like, I remember being scarred. I'm not talking about high school. You can hold it probably, right? But you shouldn't be making that rule in high school either. I understand kids are going to fuck off, right? But you can't be like, hey, no bathroom breaks, or the whole crew can't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I remember a girl in, I think it was first, second grade. She peed her pants. She said, I have to go to the bathroom. She's like, nope. Class time. Nope. It was just she's like, I really have to go. And I remember the teacher going, it was back and forth for 20 minutes. And then the girl's she's like, well, you're going to get detention. The girl's like, I don't care. I'll do it. I'll just go. And then she peed her fucking pants. And I was like, wow.
Oh. If that happened.
She got a nickname,
Oh, no. What, Pissy Britches?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that first grade, yeah. Hopefully it didn't rhyme with PP. Was it Kiki goes PP or something like that?
I think her name was Jessica. So it was I forget what the rhyme was. Jessie.
Can't hold her piss-a-ca? I don't know.
Jessie PP or something,
Yeah, your first grade, really clever. Your vocabulary is not super, super well versed, I will say. I mean, I guess in high school you probably don't want drug dealers meeting people in bathrooms at lunch to, sell them some fucking joint or something.
Another thing that, I don't know if you've watched any episodes of Ren and Stimpy.
I haven't yet, but I did download them all.
Because I saw it, I put it on. First, the kids were like, "This looks funny."
Oh, right, because it's all drawn
drawn.
Crazy,
yeah,
this
is 1992, kids. There's no computers to animate this. This shit is drawn.
Well, there's one computer. NASA has it or whatever. It's as big as a fucking
still
house.
Working on the internet.
Yeah, Al Gore is still hooking the cables up for fucking Internet Explorer.
So we were watching it, and it's just a silly shit, but it's I told my wife, I said, "There's no
way it would get to the air.
No fucking way this would fly today." Because he's "You stupid idiot!" And he smacks him and beats him. Yeah. He's like, "What is it, man?" And they this thing about brushing your teeth, and what's the doctor? Ren doesn't brush his teeth, so they zoom in and they're all black, and then they fall out, and just the nerves are hanging out. It's so gross, but right. I was like, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
That's the same. I had a same thing that I'm like, you know what? I never have seen Beavis and Butthead. And every once in a while, there'll be a reference or something, and I'll get it because I was watching. I didn't realize that Mike Judge was the creator, and I was watching another Mike Judge show. And I was like, oh, and Kristen's like, yeah, or my wife said, oh, he did Beavis and Butthead. I'm like, so I downloaded them. I made it through like 10 minutes of an episode. I'm like, this isn't really for me, but I guess I kind of get it. It's just kind of
It was cool back in the day because that was at the time of MTV with the music videos. So they always did like the videos and they would talk shit.
Oh, so it was almost like a Tosh.0 thing, but with cartoons.
Yeah. So it's like it's mostly, I think it's, it's for its time, because always like you just watch the videos and they would just talk shit like this is rad or what's up with this, it's like, but it was because of the videos of the time,
Yeah.
So my dad always used to watch.
Would they say stuff like, I'm trying to do the voice. I don't know how to do the voice really, but just be like, she has good boobs. Those are the jokes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool boobs. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's like you're a fucking stone fourth grader or something.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Cool boobs.
His face looks like a butt, or his chin looks like a butt.
So really no different than what we do on a weekly basis with our fucking dick jokes. Animated. That's pretty funny. Oh, man.
Made it for the time.
The only show, I mean, obviously, that stuff was not broadcast in my household. Well, first of all, we didn't have cable, so I don't even think it was possible to get it.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure MTV had Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, yeah. The MTV, that might have as well been called Hell TV, because that's who was broadcasting it, Satan himself. But, yeah, I remember, I think I was like probably in freshman or sophomore year, and I went to someone's house. And, like when you're in high school, you're just staying up hella late and just fucking around all night.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, at 12:30, Howard Stern comes on E. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, there's going to be titties. And I'm like, hell yes, I'm staying.
Get a pot of coffee going.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, so we're just going to be tinting boners in our sleeping bags and in our shorts. But, yeah.
We'll alternate on bathroom breaks, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when you're that young, just fucking look at it a little bit sexy and we're good. We good.
The wind catches it right.
Yeah.
The AC blows the sleeping bag at the right angle. You're
busting nut.
Yeah.
Plus, if you didn't take care of that as a, any boy from 14 to, 28 will tell you, you don't want like, if you don't take care of that nut that you're like, blue balling yourself, the fucking nocturnal emission that you're going to get, you're going to have to throw those undies out.
Exactly.
Because the body's just going to make way. You got the poison. You didn't get it out by jerking it in the bathroom at your friend's house or whatever. So it's just going to happen. And now you're going to look even sillier because you fucking look like you pissed your pants.
Exactly.
And then you got some shorts that are filled with cumsies that you got to somehow throw away between your mom picking you up and your friend not seeing it. This is oddly specific.
And I mean, at that age too, you're throwing some Peter North cumsies out there as well.
Just ropes. Ropes. But then it was just such an interesting time because we're all like learning a bunch of shit, all experimenting with different stuff. And it's like we would all share with each other like, okay, what did you do? I'm like, oh yeah, well I did this. And oh, I got this chew. And oh, how are we going to get this? And like we were all pulling our resources together for maximum hijinks.
Exactly.
So
that's why it's like, so like when the boys do something stupid, like, they're going to do some stupid.
Yeah.
Like Jeffrey had a friend come over the other day. He has to stay outside because, I mean, we're still social distance, so outside. He can't come inside. But the stupidity just, from there, like, I'm going to jump off of this onto this,
Oh, yeah.
Like, why would they think that's a good idea?
Keep ratcheting it up.
I was like, Sit down. Let me tell you something about boys.
Stories here.
There's zero thought that goes into anything. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, someone pitches an idea and it's gold. Doesn't matter how stupid it is, it's gold.
Here's the thought that there's one singular thought that does go through your head. Will this make my friends laugh? And if the answer is yes, you will do it.
It's game on.
Still true today, nearly.
Yeah, it's still like, oh, well.
What?
Am I going to get in trouble for saying this? Probably, but
I don't even.
Else going to laugh? Yes.
That will I get in trouble thing never goes. That piston's not firing in my engine.
It fires, but it never sinks. And so I was like, I probably will, but
yeah, it's never locked you up for any reason.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now the hijinks, I think, really kick off when people start being able to drive, because that's when shit got real fucking interesting, right? Because then your parents weren't in charge of where you were going and who you were with. Pretty much, right?
Yeah, no.
Because you can tell them one thing and do the complete opposite, which is what I tended to do.
Especially at that time when there wasn't we had cell phones, but they're cheap tracking it or anything.
Right. Find my what? Find my iPhone. Yeah, I mean, now basically our kids are going to be screwed. I'm going to be like, what are you doing at this address? And you're supposed to be home. I'm going to,
You said you fell asleep, but your phone had activity 3 minutes ago. You sent messages. You sent some snaps. So,
oh yeah,
riddle me that.
So, oh man, is that what you have to do? You have to follow all your kids on their Snapchat and their TikTok and all this stuff.
Well, you can look it up on Verizon. The Verizon will tell you
what apps they're using and everything.
Yeah, and the phone was active at this point through this point. It'll tell you.
Just on the Verizon app?
Oh yeah, it'll tell you. It'll tell you the messages, the numbers they sent them to. If they sent a text,
Can you see what's on the messages or no?
No. You can just see that they had sent them.
So you just see that this number texts this number at this time.
Yeah, and they text back. So it's like, so you weren't sleeping. But at that point in our time,
that's irrefutable evidence. I mean, you're sunk. You're fucking sunk.
Oh, I know. There's no way you can say, whoa.
They still try to talk their way out of it, though.
Yeah, it's the usual. I don't know why that says that. I'm like, okay.
Just the phone is it possessed?
Yeah,
it's just
so it messages back to the number, back and forth.
Weird.
Oh, weird.
Oh, you can do the thing where you just shut their phone off from having Wi-Fi, right? Can you do that on the app too?
Yeah, I can suspend their account.
Oh my God.
Which I've done.
Can you set a rule every night at midnight? The phone just
I think you can. I haven't done that yet because usually
that's
it's
pretty totalitarian type.
Yeah, I'm not going to do
rule. I probably I don't even know why I'm coming up with these. Well, I'm coming up with these ideas because I'm thinking, what would have my parents done to me?
Oh yeah, they would have.
What do you think?
What do you 10?
If Chip was in 2020 and I'm 16 years old, what sort of requirement? Let's think about how. I don't even know if I would have had a phone. I don't know if it would have been like an iPhone. It might have been a dumb phone. Probably not a smartphone.
The flip phone. They would have. You still would have the flip phone.
Yeah. Oh, we don't want you sending. They probably would have been really worried about
no social media.
Yeah, porn and social media.
And then they would have shut it off at probably 9 or 10, because you need a good night rest. You need a good night's rest, and you don't want anybody disturbing your good night's rest.
9 or 10. No messages. Past that time, yeah. But I still, they probably would have put. Well, here was the thing. They tried to put the parental controls on the computer, but the problem is that I knew how to run the computer better than they did. So I just would fucking disable them. So it didn't matter,
All you want.
Yeah. So the setup to these sort of things need to be good enough so boomers can use them.
Chipper Anonymous.
Just sitting in my bed with one of those masks. Guy Hawks. What is it, Guy?
I don't know. It looks like the Phantom of the Opera full mask.
Or the V for Vendetta thing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what it is. You're right.
That's a good movie too. I haven't seen that one in a while. What else would I had? I mean, definitely I would have been required to have Find My iPhone on and all that shit so that they can basically just see where
They
I
would
am.
have like a dedicated TV of knowing where you were at all times.
I would have been so fucked.
Well, although the problem is I know, like I know how to basically. I'm not going to tell anybody, but like the kids can basically turn their GPS off, so it basically is in one spot all the time.
Oh, the last spot that it was.
Yeah, and then just basically shut it all off. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm at Chipper's house. Yeah.
Oh, and there's just blinking there for a while.
Yeah,
and then if there's a will, there's a way. This is why the VPN. Lock your GPS. There's probably apps that can lock your GPS to a certain location to send it back.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be ways around this shit till the day that everybody dies.
Yeah.
Which, if
2020.
If Trump keeps
December
it up,
2020.
it could be the end of the year. Yeah. Cerny, we have ran the gamut on topics. I've been loving these oddball,
Life pod.
life pods. That's a little history session with Chip and Cern. Nicknames, Cern, fire dangers, all sorts of stuff. Misspent
Fire
youth.
dangers and youth.
I was explaining my cereal situation to somebody last night in my youth. You knew about this one where, first of all, Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks or Cocoa Pebbles, all that shit,
The good ones.
couldn't even be considered. Couldn't even look at it in the grocery store. A sugar cereal was Honey Nut Cheerios or Life. Now,
Live.
Life's good. I actually
Life.
do like Life, but
Yeah.
you couldn't go a full bowl of sugar cereal. So if you wanted to enjoy some Honey Nut Cheerios, you'd have to mix it half and half with regular
Grape
Cheerios
Nuts.
or with bran flakes or fucking corn flakes or something.
Grape nuts.
Oh,
Remember those?
I feel that those like gonna rip
This is
your
like
fillings
cat
out.
food. Remember you put the water in there? It looked like cat food. I was like, oh god, this is
It
gross.
does. When your cat's old and you gotta like warm up the food for it, it's exactly what it fucking looks like. And to bring it full circle, that's what we would have tried to order Kitty somewhere.
Yes.
So,
a little fancy face for his ass.
if you're a parent of some teenagers, hit up Chip and Cern. We want to hear what sort of parental controls you're exercising, and if you consider yourself to be a strict or laissez-faire type.
Oh, I can do that. And you can either email us at chipandcernshow@gmail.com, or you can reach out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything Chip and Cern Show.
And we were just going to set our TikTok up, but now that's going to get banned. I don't know if it's worth it. What do you?
Well, I think we'll go to Vine instead.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Vine. I did enjoy Vine when it was around, but
I did. But
yeah.
that's
Anyway,
gone, so.
well, everyone, please continue to wash your hands and wear your masks for fuck's sake. Be socially distanced, smart. Wash your hands and all that stuff. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.